Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of PodAskew.
For fuck's sake, let me show you how this is really done, okay? Welcome, everybody, to the PodAskew Podcast. I am CJ, and with me, as always, is my hetero life mate, Rico. What's up, man?
We're about to watch a movie. That's what's up. And if you guys are lucky, you will too.
Well, yeah. We asked on Twitter, you guys voted, and so here we are with another movie commentary.
And one that actually is, like, pretty good. Not, like, an awful, awful fucking one. I mean, we will be the judge. We will voice our criticisms, but for the most part, we actually both really enjoyed this one.
Well, that, and it's not a Kevin Smith movie, so I'm sure people will be happy about that one.
But it is wetter than, like, Kevin Smith's Tears. Let's put it that way.
Oh, that was bad.
Oh, fuck you.
By the way, what the fuck did you just send me on Facebook?
That is apparently the new official look of the Joker in Gotham.
Gotham, the TV show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're a couple episodes behind, so...
apparently, that's what he's going to look like.
Well, the last thing we saw, he did fall into the chemical bath in these chemicals.
There you go.
So... anyway, that aside, still DC, we are going to be watching Aquaman. We did an episode where we talked a bunch of movies I had just seen, and Aquaman was one of them, and we kind of saved it for last, not on purpose, but then we didn't really do it any justice. So...
Wait, justice?
Hey, he's a member. So I figured, or we figured, that we should do it a little better, and let's actually do a commentary on it. So, plus, it's the only one I think we both really liked of the DC movies. So,
agreed.
So we are going to be at the 1 second mark where the Warner Brothers lot is basically underwater, and we'll be getting the Warner Brothers logo in a second. So, if you'd like to join us, queue up your Blu-ray, your digital, whatever fucking format you have it on, and let's watch Aquaman.
I thought we were watching Waterboy.
No, that's his son, the sequel.
That'd be the prequel.
Okay, you're gonna go get technical on me.
That's what I call high quality H2O.
Oh my God. All right.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
You know,
and
immediately, I just gotta say, I love it when, like, movie studios do this type of shit, where they fuck with the logo to go with the movie.
And Warner Brothers, I think, is probably the one that does it the most, don't they?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think Universal does too. They always update the globe.
Well, they changed the globe, but they don't do what, like, Warner Brothers just did, where the Warner Brothers logo would look like it'd been underwater for...
No, they did. Like, they did the same fucking thing for the movie Waterworld. They just sunk all the landmass on the globe, and it just became a giant globe of water.
Oh, really? I've never seen Waterworld, so...
it's great in a very atrocious way.
Gotcha. So...
Dude, I fucking love this actor.
Oh, yeah. Do you know his name?
Tamira Morrison. This is Django fucking Fett. That's why I love this dude.
Beat me to it. Yeah, that's got to play Django.
They gave him a pretty good fucking facelift.
Okay. I don't know how to respond to that. I thought I was going to say something, but then, yeah. So, right now, hopefully if you're watching this with us, you've already seen this movie. So, you know that Jason Momoa as Aquaman is doing a monologue over the sequence that we're watching as his father finds his mother.
Which Curry is this? I mean, Aquaman's Arthur Curry, so who's this? Is this Steph Curry?
Oh, come on. Really? That was bad.
What other fucking curries do you know? I know fucking like lamb and curry, but I don't know what.
Well, at least use his father Del curry if you're going to use one of the basketball curries.
You know, dude, do you remember where the fuck I am?
Yes, in the town that he played in.
Oh, well, I don't know that. Dude, I gotta give it fucking credit. Nicole Kidman is badass in this movie.
Oh, she kicks some serious ass, yeah. That's for sure. Dog goes
Fucking
running.
puppy.
And just to stick with the new running theme we seem to have on this show, thank you, Mark, she can get it.
And I've said this before, Jason Momoa can get it. I mean, they're very, like...
Yeah, Jason Momoa got all the looks from his mom in this movie. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But, I mean... Nicole Kidman's definitely... I never thought I'd ever be attracted to Nicole Kidman. I mean, there's nothing wrong with her. She was just never my go-to.
Okay.
I guess I always found her too tall, and I'm not really overly attracted to super tallness, I guess, or tall and thin.
Right.
But she, I think she looks better here than she ever has. Like,
I don't know. She looked pretty good in Eyes Wide Shut.
it was the best thing in Eyes Wide Shut. I'll give you that. But
I don't know. That sequence towards the end was pretty good too.
he is very cavalier about the fact that she's just eating his fish.
Well, yeah, that's true, but yeah.
I like this little exchange where he blows into the tea and then she copies him. I would have almost liked to have seen like it almost be too hot. Like she's just not used to hot liquids, so she just gulps it, but she takes it pretty easily. I would have liked for her to be like spitting it out, be like ha, like fanning her fucking like tongue.
Yeah, I kind of thought that the first time I saw this too. Like, but it wasn't such a big deal that I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, you bring up a good point.
Queen of Atlantis.
Yeah, whoever created Aquaman, and I don't have the person's name in front of me, I gotta tell you, like, his name's Tom. There you go. Tom Curry.
Thomas. Wait. Superman and Batman, their mom is both Martha, and then Batman and Aquaman have the same name for their dad, Tom.
Hey,
Thomas.
there you go. Yeah.
Dude, that is some lazy fucking writing in DC.
Well, I mean, also her name's Atlanta, and she's from Atlantis. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's like, I don't know, born in America and being called America.
Well, I mean, and there's a couple people like that, so.
She's handling that cold pretty well. What the fuck do the Atlantans do when it's fucking freezing?
Actually, underwater, like when you get that deep where Atlantis is supposed to be, it doesn't get cold.
I thought it's freezing. I thought it's super cold. There's no sun. It's supposed to be super, like...
As long as the water's warm, and the water stays warm because of the circulation, I think, like current and stuff.
Well, you can argue that, like, because she has different biology in her system and everything, like, her bodies are just adapted for that.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing that's kind of interesting to me. Like, I was going to mention on the episode that we were supposed to talk about this, or we briefly talked about it, but like, I had a problem with the fact, and we'll see it later, where some of the Atlantans can breathe out of the water, like her, like Momoa's not Arthur's not so much a good example because he's like a hybrid, but like
Like she can stand out there and breathe. And
she
during
can.
the day.
Amber Heard's character can do it. I can't. What's her name? Hera? Is that her
Mira.
name? Mira. Okay, like she can do it too, and yet, like some of the other ones have to wear like a full face mask with water in it because that's how they take some of them down when they're fighting later. They break the face mask.
I didn't get that. I'm glad we're actually going to watch that because when that shit, like right here.
Yeah. Well, see, okay, so here I thought it was just armor. To be honest with you, like I didn't think it had anything to do with like being able to breathe, but in the later sequence in Sicily, you'll see a better example of what I'm talking about. That's some pretty badass armor, though.
That's really good armor.
We have to be careful that we don't get too wrapped up in watching the movie that we don't talk.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, oh shit, dude, what the fuck?
Look, I know to some degree there's going to be some CGI with this, but I really hope that she did a lot of this. Like, she went through some, like, martial arts training or whatever.
I think it was just, like, her, like, practicing, like, going up against Tom Cruise all these years.
Oh. See there.
Like, shit.
Yeah, and did you see the water that came, like, spilling out of that?
Yeah.
I want to know where that. I want to know if this exists, like that actual lighthouse. I mean, there are lighthouses all over the place, but I want to know if that particular one exists because that's a beautiful fucking scenery right there.
It looks like this should be in like New England or Nantucket or something.
I think they say at some point it's in Maine. I think they do reference that it's in Maine.
Well, that's New England, so
right.
Let me double check.
No, it definitely is, but like I'm wondering if that exact lighthouse, like this thing that we're looking at right now is real or just green screen. And actually, the more I'm looking at it, I think it's green screen, which is sad.
It's probably green screen, but let me see. Let me look at the movie, see if it says. I obviously can't rewind, but let me see. No, I didn't mean to click you. You fuck. Yeah, 1985, Maine.
Right.
Wait a minute. So Jason Momoa is
5 years younger than me. So
he's what, 33 or something?
33, 34, yeah. Depending on what part of the year he's born in. Yeah.
Is that how old? I always thought Jason Momoa was a little older, but let me double check.
Well, he might be, but how many times do actors play younger?
I know, but he doesn't look like he's. He doesn't look like he's that young. All right, so he was actually born in '79. So
yeah, he's actually a year older than me. So he's 40.
Yeah, he looks 40. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't look 30.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's
to be fair, you don't look 40 either. So
thank you. But then again, he also doesn't look like he's like 20. I mean, so it's okay. Right. I mean, I'm not gonna get, it's like, I mean, I don't know if it's a fair comparison, but fucking Matthew Broderick when he played Ferris Bueller was like 29, I think.
Dude, Tobey Maguire was like 55 when he played Spider-Man. He was old enough to play Uncle Ben.
Right. This part equally would terrify me and intrigue me if I was there.
Oh, fuck yeah. This is definitely... First off, I've got to give credit. They cast a perfect kid to look like a young Jason Momoa, dude. Are you shitting me?
Yeah, they did good.
This is really good casting.
Yeah, and sometimes that doesn't go well. You know what I mean? But in this one, I think it worked.
How is it like no one's talking about this for years later? Like, okay, his eyes are gold and he just controlled a shark.
He didn't just control the whole fucking aquarium.
Yeah. How is it that like whenever they're like, oh, have you heard about the infamous, fish man? It's like, oh, you mean fucking Arthur Curry? Dude, I went to school with that kid. He scared the shit out of all of us at a fucking aquarium.
Well, to be fair, I misunderstood what you were saying at first because I was going to say he didn't really control the shark. I felt like the shark just was reacting and then he stopped it, but that would be controlling by him stopping it, I guess.
No, he did the fucking
right, to stop it though, not to start the battle. Like not the battle, but not to start him banging against the glass.
Just no pun intended. This is like a wet dream for you because you love like was it Hunt for Red October?
Red October, yeah. Actually, so listen, I'm gonna tread into some dangerous water here, no pun intended. But I do have a question for you. How much do you know about the comic book?
Very generic, very basic.
Okay,
I mean,
I know.
I read Aquaman when I was a kid, but
Okay, I know almost next to nothing. I'm gonna be very honest about it, but having an African American person playing Black Manta feels typecasting a little bit.
it feels like on the nose, sort of.
But in that bad way. So I'm almost wondering, like, but here's my thing. Like, if that's the way it is in the book, then maybe that's not so bad. But I just don't know, so I was hoping you knew.
I'm looking him up. His name is Black Manta and David Hyde or David Kane, depending on which version.
Okay, I tried to look it up the other night, and I didn't find it, but maybe that's just me.
Well, I think the fact that he has no definitive origin story is what it says here. In this origin, the African American boy would become Black Manta. So it actually he is black.
All right, well I'm less uncomfortable with it, but I was kind of uncomfortable the first time I saw it. I was like, oh, that feels.
But here's
the
thing: is he may have been white in other versions because he didn't get his origin story until 1993.
Okay. Well, I mean that's kind of like what they're doing with Nick Fury now. Like everywhere you turn now, Nick Fury basically looks like Sam Jackson, and I think that's going how it's going to be going forward. You know, whereas initially it was. That's why David Hasselhoff was cast in the original Nick Fury movie, which was terrible. But
yeah, I gotta get credit, dude. They fucking stuck with the Black Manta goddamn costume. I mean, that straight up is.
Oh, it's spot on. Yeah.
I mean, I gotta give them credit. They are going comic book accurate.
Well, and we talked about it a little bit on the episode, but like even the Aquaman, the armor he gets later in the movie is pretty spot on. I mean, it's modernized a little bit and a little more effective, I guess, or it doesn't just look like a costume. It actually looks like it has some use as armor, but it's pretty spot on too, I think.
Do you recognize the guy who plays his dad?
I do, but I don't know his name, and I know I've seen him in a bunch of things, but I can't
Michael Beach.
Okay, he's in one of those character actors that we talk about a lot, where you see him in a bunch of stuff.
That's really funny. He's in Deep Blue Sea 2.
Oh, there you go. He's got a thing for ocean movies.
Mm-hmm.
And not the Danny Ocean movies. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, I heard. I know you said it. That's a great shot. I mean, we give DC a lot of shit, deservingly so, but this is a beautiful fucking
yeah.
It's full of CGI, but Ocean is hard as CGI.
Yeah, no, they did a really good job with this movie. I was pleasantly surprised with this when I watched it the first time. And I know I said this on the episode, but I'll say it again. I came into this expecting it to be terrible, and it really wasn't terrible. And I think I even said on the episode, I think it's slightly better than Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I could see that. I still think, in terms of these new portrayals of, that fucking ink, it makes no bit of sense. But,
yeah.
Anyways, for the portrayals of Superman, Batman, Flash, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, all that shit, I still think Ben Affleck was what I've always wanted for a character, and then Henry Cavill did a really good Superman. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman was very good. Flash was fucking awful. Cyborg was just underdeveloped. And I would say
that's the thing with Cyborg. I would want to give another chance to a Cyborg movie. Well,
apparently he backed out. Apparently he's not going to do it anymore.
Well, I don't know that I blame him, but I would have been okay with them giving another shot.
But going to Momoa,
right there,
I'm into his representation of. I mean, I'm into the look of it, the long hair, the Samoan Maori,
Polynesian kind of.
Polynesian, Hawaiian look. I get it and I love it. I think it's a great take on the character. I am kind of like not thrilled about his constant "my man" and "bro" and "whoa, bro," and like his kind of surfer like.
I feel like that was dialed back a little more in this one compared to Justice League.
Yeah, a little bit.
I do like that line. Did you see the subtitle?
He's like, "I'm missing happy hour for this."
Yeah, I love that. That was awesome. This right here, you talked about like Wet Dream to Hunt for Red October. That's straight out of the fucking movie right there.
Right. That's another thing. If he's bulletproof, why is he flinching?
Well, okay, so I'm gonna argue that he still feels some form of pain, but maybe not based on what with that. I don't know. Like I think.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're very picky and choosy. Like he can get tattoos, but he can't be stabbed by a sword.
I still argue that those are birthmarks.
Those are some very intricate fucking birthmarks, bro.
Okay, yes, but we're also talking about a fictitious society.
But he's never been to Atlantis, so he can't. I mean, if they did it in Atlantis with their own technology, that's one thing. But this dude went to a fucking shop.
No. That's what I'm saying. What if they're birthmarks? What if those are just part of his skin? Like that's not tattoos. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, if we see any other shirtless fucking Atlantans, we'll be sure to see if they have any birthmarks.
Well, and the other thing to keep an eye on is that when he does the training montage with Willem Dafoe's character, look at his left arm. You'll see one of the tattoos, and he's like 12.
Is he 12, or I always envisioned him about like 17? But we'll get to that point.
Well, there's two different montages. I'm talking about the first one.
Ow.
Yeah. Ow.
Oh.
Shame on you. I love that his wallet stayed in his pocket the whole time. Did you notice that? He's got a chain wallet.
Oof. That was your old dumbass fault. But
yeah, a little bit. What's interesting is and obviously we're going to spoil the crap out of this, but what's interesting to me is the reflective moment he has later on this sequence.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah, in this one, in the beginning, he's sort of a barbarian. He's just like, I'm helping people because fuck it.
Right. I think, and I almost, Mira, you said her name is, right? Mira?
Yeah,
I'm wondering if the time with her is kind of what brings him around. Or not.
Sorry, I'm responding to a text.
Hey, we're commentating here.
I'm sorry. What were you saying, dude? I'm fucked up here. What?
No. I said that I wonder if I think that the time with Mira is what kind of brings him around from being this, as you put it, a barbarian type character to more of the humane type of hero. You know, and humane's maybe not the right word, but you know what I mean. Like she definitely lessens that gruffness about him.
Yeah.
At least I think that's what does it.
I agree. I might go see Us with Michael at like 10 or 11 or something.
Cool.
Which means I might have to drag Stephanie to go see us at 10 or 11.
Oh, dear God.
She's gonna say no. I know she's gonna say no. I have to go to sleep and I have to work and blah, blah, blah.
Well, fuck, I want to report.
You want a report of us?
Yeah, I want to know how it goes, both dragging Steph and how it was.
We'll see.
There's the dad waiting at the end of the dock every day. Was it sundown? She said she'd be there?
Yeah.
God.
And now, I mean, that's what he looks like now. I mean, I think he's not just waiting for her; he's also waiting for him. You know.
No. He even said old habits. I think he was there waiting for the mom. Because Arthur even referenced it later spoilers. Well, I'll save that one, but he references it later. You want to put that in a sippy cup. I love it. I actually have a mug that big. I'm not joking. I have one that big.
It's a big ass beer, dude.
It is a big ass beer. You can fit a 24-ounce beer into that mug comfortably.
And he's like half Atlanta, and he literally can drink like a fish, and he's still trailing by his dad.
Oh God, that at the first glance, that looked like Ralph Garman. I was like, holy shit, I didn't realize Garman was in this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love this scene where like the tough guys come up to him.
This is one of the parts I feel like we missed when we talked about it on the episode that I wanted to retouch on. So, arguing with his dad. See, Dad's got him too. Look.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he's got it from his dad's Maori, background. Which was what I'm saying. It's bullshit.
Do you think it's like there is a fish, and I'm not making this up. I swear to God, I've read it once, like a long time ago. There's a fish that, as a defense mechanism, can like bring its scales together and make its skin almost indestructible. But when it's being attacked, but when it's not, it separates. So maybe he can, like, when he's in a battle, toughen his skin up somehow.
I think it's some sloppy writing. That's what I think.
Well, maybe. Here we go.
All right, this is great.
I love his, like, pink phone case with, like fucking ladybugs and butterflies and shit.
Right. Just this tough biker dude, just like, can I get a photo with you?
Don't touch me.
And then it just shows them being like the best bros throughout this series of photos.
Yeah, like he gets more and more like, hey, yeah, all right, we're all fucked up. Yeah, it's funny. There's a bunch of mantas. No, I'm sure that's a reference in some capacity.
Somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean. Well, thanks for clarifying that shit up.
Seahorses whinnying. Did you see that?
Yep.
Closed captioning leads for some interesting stuff. Because when we did Clerks, we didn't get like the descriptive stuff. We only got the dialogue.
Dude, where in the fucking ocean are these giant ass seahorses? These are fucking Atlantan bred.
Yeah, basically, probably. And that's Thomas Wilson is his name?
Thomas Wilson. No, fuck. It's not Tom Wilson. That's the fucking dude from Back to the Future.
Well, that's what I thought, but then I thought you said that name the other night, and I was like, that didn't feel right.
No, it's Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson. Okay, well, I was half right.
The fucking Aryan Atlantan.
Yeah, well. And that's Dolph right there, right?
That's fucking what the fuck? What?
Dolph Lundgren.
No, I'm trying to remember his fucking Russian name in Rocky IV.
Oh,
Drago.
Yeah, Ivan Drago.
If he drowns, he drowns.
Oh God. I must.
I mean,
hook
it makes sense because like they're all like Swedish Nordic looking.
Sure.
Like they're sort of the Vikings in the ocean, essentially. So, of course, you're getting a guy from Sweden to play another one.
Sure.
Except, why make his hair red? But whatever.
Well, I mean, Mira's hair is red too, so.
Well, that's why, because he's her father.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember who I said that the other guy was. The Fish King. Remember I told you who his voice was, and you were like, "Oh shit."
Well, also, John Rhys Davis, the guy who plays Sala, apparently does a voice in this movie.
He does. I remember seeing that the other day when I looked it up. I'll get you both in a minute. Let's see. John
I gotta
Rhys
admit,
Davies is the
man,
Brine
watching
King.
this. What?
Go ahead. Sorry.
What were you saying?
I said that John Rhys Davies is the Brine King.
All right, whoever the fuck that is.
That's the one that looks like a crab or a lobster.
Oh yeah.
That's the Brine King, and then the Fish King, King Riku or Raku or something like that, is Digimon Hansu.
I don't know. I like the sound of King Rico.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I gotta give like the villain of this.
Oof.
He may be a pain in the ass, but I see his point. It's like he wants to go to war with us, the humans on Earth,
Yeah.
because we've been fucking with the oceans for like thousands of years. He's like,
Yeah.
look, they started this war. I'm just gonna finish it.
Yeah, basically.
This is essentially Black Panther if Aquaman was like Killmonger. Like he has a right to the throne.
It's a reverse Black Panther, kind of.
Yeah.
That creature he's riding though is like a miniature version of that sea creature from Jurassic World.
It probably is. It's probably what's it called? A Mausaur or something like that?
I forget, yeah.
Damn.
By the way, that's one I forgot to mention in the movie. I knew there was a fifth movie. I saw Fallen Kingdom, and that was terrible.
I liked it. It was not as good as the other one, but I liked it because it was sort of more gothic and scary. But we can talk Jurassic fucking.
No, we should, and we'll do another day. But I'll tell you, I very quickly, and we'll get into details later. I didn't like the resolution to that movie, but that's beside the point.
Well, it definitely is a cliffhanger movie.
It's a stupid cliffhanger, though. Anyway.
Dude, fucking Willem Dafoe. That dude has always impressed me.
Yeah, he's oddly impressive because I don't know. I kind of don't want to like him, but I end up always do. So.
It must be his massive dick.
What is he? Is he fucking Liam Neeson?
Dude, apparently he like throws. Oh shit. Apparently he throws people off because apparently he's got a monstrosity of a penis, and like when he won't go nude because it throws like directors off and like actors.
Okay,
and
right
actresses.
there. See, she says you defeated Steppenwolf and saved Atlantis because we talked about on the episode where this falls timeline-wise, and it's after Justice League.
Which doesn't make any bit of sense because he says,
No.
I've never been to Atlantis.
And
But
yet he was.
In Justice League, he clearly went to Atlantis.
Yeah.
Unless that's not Atlantis. It's just like, the fucking Hawaii of Atlantis. It's just separate, but still part of it.
I guess, yeah. I mean, it's they didn't connect it well, put it that way. But that seems to be DC's, MO.
Yeah, this is them trying to do a soft reboot, so.
Which you mentioned.
It's interesting to see how like this movie is sort of racist in a weird way because they are. I mean, they refer to him as a half-breed. They refer to him as a bastard half-breed, but it's not because he's Polynesian or Maori or Hawaiian or whatever. It's he's human. Like it's really racist against the human race. It's really kind of interesting to see that.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's kind of how the books had it too, like going all the way back, So
I don't remember that being a big deal, but to be fair, I didn't really read a whole lot of.
There's, I forget which. Is it Justice League War? No, not War. There's a Justice League cartoon where the Atlanteans are fighting the Athenians.
Right.
And that's kind of the concept you have here. This is more against the entire world, not just the Athenians, but still.
Mm-hmm. Somewhere in the North Sea. I don't know. Damn. It's a lot of blue. Purple.
Yeah. Well, it's light from the ship that's underneath. So, like, these guys, right? It's not obvious in this sequence, but they're wearing masks that have water.
Mm-hmm.
So they can still breathe.
This was cool.
Yeah, the digital water thing. So apparently he's had a deal the whole time with this guy.
Yeah, he's a black market dealer, black arms dealer.
What?
He's like a black arms dealer. Like he's like Black Manta's working for the Atlantans. I don't know. I guess the whole system was like, I don't know. I don't know what their transaction was.
He was supposed to. I think he was supposed to get the ship for some reason, but I missed what it was, honestly. So. And unfortunately, we can't rewind. That's some perfect Storm shit right there.
Dude, Jesus Christ. Is Marky Mark gonna fucking drown in this? What the fuck?
Like, even Momoa, who's Aquaman's like, fuck.
Well, he's concerned for his dad.
Well, yeah. Which, in all honesty, based on what's about to happen, he probably should have died.
Oh, yeah. They should have killed him. He's got to be insanely strong to go against that current, though, at that speed.
Well, you see how they swim, if you even want to call it that. But
well, I'm saying it's like the speed of like Superman flying.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, that's always a thing I've heard is that Arthur Curry underwater is as fast as Superman.
Where the fuck did she come from?
I don't think she ever left, because remember she was up on the shore not that long ago. They had that conversation, remember?
Yeah.
There's a lot of drowning in this movie. Did you notice?
Well, what a fucking shocker. It's a movie with 90% of it in the fucking ocean.
Well, that's true.
I mean, you're not going to get fucking like, what is it? Dehydration.
True. I mean, this one kind of makes sense because he's human, but like Atlanta basically drowning.
When did Atlanta drown?
In the beginning.
Oh,
when she...
no. She didn't drown. She was just wounded. She was not
but she spit up a whole bunch of water, remember?
Because she can breathe water, so it's just in her mouth. It wasn't like she was drowning.
All right. Maybe I mistook it. But
You think it's her real hair or that's a wig?
on her?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know. It's a good question.
That costume looks like a fucking like exactly how an Aqua chick should look. Like the fucking costumes are perfect.
Well, based on this picture of Amber Heard that I'm looking at, I think it's her hair dyed red.
Okay, fair enough. Damn, dude. You got fucked up.
Yep. She's in the Machete sequel. Did you know that?
I did know that.
I've never seen either of them, but still.
I like the first one more. The second one's good, but in a very grindhousey way. And
Right.
and even though the first one's very grindhouse, this is very somehow they pushed it even more.
Now this guy's screaming about Atlanteans.
That's Randall Park. He's the guy who played Kim Jong-un in the interview.
I didn't see that either.
Funny.
What I did see
that's
that
who
she,
Willem Dafoe plays. What?
what I did see that she was in was Zombieland. I forgot she was in that.
Dude, she's in Zombieland and she's in Pineapple Express.
Yep, I saw that too.
She was like super young in Pineapple Express.
I'm sure she was pretty young in
Zombieland?
yeah, because she's only like 25, I think. Hold on, I've got it right here.
Pineapple, I think, came out in 2007 or something, or 9.
Hold on, I'll let you know in a second. Okay, so she is 33 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, she'll be 33 in a couple weeks. So right now she's 32.
Wait, you mean you're telling me this fucking kid, like, never went swimming and never realized he could talk underwater until now?
No, that's what he said. It's not that he never went swimming. He never went swimming like this. He never tried to like use this power that he has. He just went swimming like any other normal kid would go. That's what I took from it.
Got it. Damn. He's on acid.
And then why would you try to talk underwater? Because who thinks they can actually do that?
I mean, as a kid, I would swim with other people and then like have a game where you try and guess what the other person's saying underwater. You've never done that?
Right. I don't remember, to be honest with you. I'm not going to say no because I don't remember. Okay, so Zombieland was 2009, so she would have been 23 for Zombieland.
Mm-hmm.
And Pineapple Express was 2008, so she would have been 22.
Got it.
Her first movie, let's see if I can find it. Because that always intrigues me, what someone's first movie is. You know, I always find that intriguing.
There's a lot of
shit.
manta rays in this, dude.
Yeah. Do you want to guess what her first movie was?
No, I don't. I would probably guess it was Pineapple Express, but what is it?
It's Friday Night Lights.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, they gave Willem Dafoe a facelift.
Yeah, a little bit.
They just... I'm not going to make a joke about it. I got none. Swamp butt. Yeah, see that was...
Apparently you can breathe underwater too. Like take a sniff like that.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Well,
But
I mean,
whatever.
if you're aqua people, I guess you can.
No.
No.
No, I'm just saying no to that.
Okay.
I suddenly got the impression that I'm like watching Guardians of the Galaxy, but underwater.
It's a little bit like that. Yeah, I could see that. Because this looks a lot like Ego's Planet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks a
Yeah.
lot like that.
Now, and right
and
there,
that's the fucking Rainbow Bridge.
That's what Deb said when we watched it the first time. It's the fucking Asgard. It's underwater Asgard is what she called it.
I'm not wrong, dude. I mean, she's not wrong too. It's fucking Thor underwater.
Yeah, that's kind of what Deb said. I have to agree with her. Now, the part, we won't see it till later, but there's those guns on top of the wall. That reminds me of The Matrix. Actually, there they are. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is ironic because the machines in The Matrix look like jellyfish.
Some of them. Yeah. Actually, they called them squiddies, remember?
Say it. Now it looks like Fishtron.
No, see, to me, it still looks Matrix, because when they go to Zion, that's what the control room in Zion looks like.
Well, I'm talking about the armor that those techies were doing that looks like Tron.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll give you that. Sure.
I mean, I got to give it credit, dude. This is a beautiful and bright and colorful. I mean, I really am digging it.
Right, but this is also very much Wakanda.
This is very Wakanda. You're right. This is like one reason why I don't need to try acid. I'll just watch this. And like, no,
this is really, but that's kind of the point. Like, what makes this like actually halfway good is they take all these bits from these other movies, whether it was intentional or not, and kind of shove them together. You know?
Oh, DC stealing from Marvel? No way.
Not just Marvel, but like there's, like you said, there's kind of a Tron thing. There's kind of a Matrix thing. I mean, there's a bunch of different reference points.
True.
I mean, you're right. The bulk of it's Marvel. I'm not going to argue with you there, but I'm saying like there's some external sources as well. Someone
made a theory like, what if this underground ship is the same ship that Ariel went through in The Little Mermaid?
Well, and that's what I think Deb said the other day. She looks very much like Ariel.
Yeah, just without the fishtail.
Yeah, well, the human form of Ariel. For those of you who have never seen The Little Mermaid,
and she doesn't have the fucking bra made of clamshells.
Well, yeah. I wouldn't have minded that, though. This is a long movie, by the way.
This is a long movie. This is a 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah. I mean, not that I'm complaining because I'm enjoying it, but it is a long movie. By the way, I don't know if we talked about it yet. Did you hear the runtime for Endgame?
Didn't we say that yesterday? That's 3 hours and 2 minutes.
Did we? Okay, I didn't remember if we talked about it.
Yeah, I'm going to be dehydrated as fuck.
That's right. You did say that. Okay.
But it's been worth it.
Oh, totally.
Dude, I am missing so much now. Like, you're giving Orm a fleet of big enough to force the other two humans to join him. Okay.
They're just talking about the war that his brother's trying to put together. And then becoming Ocean Master. What?
I'm just trying to decide whether I think Jason Momoa can act or not.
I do. I think unfortunately, like, I mean, you're never going to see him doing something to the level of like, you know, like a heavy dialogue movie of some sort. You know, you're going to see him in roles like this. You're going to see him in this. You're going to see him in, like, you know, the remake of Point Break they did?
I mean, yeah, I never saw it, but yeah.
No, I didn't see it either because it's an atrocity that it exists. But if he should have been in that, you know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of movies you're going to see him in, unfortunately. You know, and that's going to typecast him a little bit. And, you know, the other thing you're going to see him, you could see him in is, like if they ever did like a Sons of Anarchy movie, he should be in that movie. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. But actually, wasn't he in Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Hodor, isn't he Hodor?
No, he's not Hodor.
Okay. I don't watch the show, so I don't know. But
He's Khal Drogo. He's
oh, that's right. He's the one that's like basically raping his wife, right?
well, the first couple times, yeah. He's a nomadic tribal leader, and he's got a whole like army. And the chick who plays Sarah Connor in the chick who plays Kira.
Yeah,
in Solo.
Yeah, and she also you're thinking of Terminator Genesis.
Right.
That's the one you were thinking of.
Jenna Shits, yeah.
It actually wasn't that bad.
It was that fucking bad, CJ. Don't even fucking go there.
It really wasn't that bad.
It
That's
was
the
that
Brian. Sorry.
The first 20 minutes of it were amazing, and then it got awful.
Nah, awful.
Yeah.
It was better than Rise of the Machines.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It was better than Terminator Salvation, but it was not better than Rise of the Machines.
No, no. I completely disagree with you, but that's all right.
Anyways,
yeah, now look at this. Like the first king's name was Atlan. I mean, come on, lazy naming.
Well, that makes sense. His name is probably Atlan, and then he fucking, discovered Atlantis.
Well, did he discover it, or was he just the first ruler?
Well, technically, wouldn't Poseidon be the ruler of Atlantis, the first one?
I mean, technically, he would still be a ruler because he's a god, and gods don't technically die. Although Greek mythology is riddled with death of gods, so I guess that's.
Oh yeah, Zeus has got his ass handed to him a couple times.
They all have.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So really, it shouldn't be called Atlantis. It should be called like Poseidonia, something like that.
Poseidonia?
Yeah, no wonder he went with fucking Atlantis.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah. Poseidonia. Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia. That's always your fallback. I love that.
Yeah.
Is Steph still sitting there laughing at you?
No, I think she went to the living room.
Oh, okay.
She was. I hear Sugar snoring in the background. These guys look like fucking Halo.
A little bit, yeah. Fucking Master Chief's about to come out. See, now, why do you need water-breathing armor underwater? I guess because you're coming into this area where there's not water? I don't know.
Yeah, but did they not know? I mean, like, do they know that they were going to have to use that? Wouldn't they just be like, oh shit, we got to go back? This must be like a whole other sect of Atlantans that can't, like, always need water. Like, that's got to be a thing.
I don't think it is. They reference early in this sequence that this place has always existed, so maybe they knew.
Maybe they're like older Atlantans, so therefore they haven't evolved so they can breathe in air.
I don't think so. I think it's just a matter that they know that section is like dry, I guess. You know what I mean? Like,
but even still, I'm talking about their species in general. Why does the species exist? Well,
yeah, I mean, it's a good question.
Because fucking Mira and Volko can fucking go up on land.
Right.
Not to mention Nicole Kidman.
Right, Atlanta. Sorry.
Shouldn't fucking, like, wait, I don't know enough about science, but, like, electricity in water, shouldn't that, like, everyone be fried?
Well, yeah, but it's not, I don't think it's actually electricity. But then again, I mean, and you're going to sound like I'm making a joke, but there are electric eels. Those are real. And they do give off electricity, so.
Dude, if Donald Trump was an Atlantan, I'd imagine he'd wear this fucking suit.
Oh, without question.
And this is our Bernie Sanders. I'm Aquaman. I'm the rightful heir and the rightful leader. I got a plan.
All right. Yeah, they shouldn't have been able to hold him. I'm sorry. It's like, I am your older brother, motherfucker.
Dude, he's going to get his ass handed to him.
Oh, yeah. But not so much later. Shit, if I was a younger brother, I'd be scared of him.
Not when you're that fucking arrogant.
Well, yeah, true. But I'm just saying, like, he's a big motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
And that evil face that he had on looking at him? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, this part goes back to what you were talking about. Like, he has a point. You know, like all the whale hunting and the dolphins getting caught in tuna nets and shit. Yeah, like, I don't... Well, and what was there was another one of these that we watched. Not a commentary, but we just talked about where... Oh, it's Thanos. Thanos kind of has a point.
Thanos, Killmonger, and King fucking Draco Malfoy here are like pretty good examples of villains that you're like, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't want them to succeed, but they at least have a point.
I mean, out of all the villains, I would not mind if this guy kind of won and be like, we need to respect the oceans a little bit more.
Yeah. I wouldn't have minded Thanos surviving or winning, except for the fact that like half of us have to die.
But do we die or we just fade? Like, we're not like, oh my god, agony. It's like, well, whatever.
I don't know, man. Peter Parker seemed like he was in some agony.
No, he was just scared because his fucking Spidey sense was going haywire.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Dude, I'm getting so... I know we're trying to do DC, but I'm getting so pumped for that movie.
It's interesting how they use the jellyfish as light.
Yeah.
They're weird lanterns.
And then back to your thing about electricity, like, jellyfish really do that in the deep waters.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I know it's not electricity in the true sense of the word, but, like, it at least makes a lot of this feasible. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right. So.
See, look, there. Look at his arm.
Okay, that's just a tattoo. That's a tattoo he got when he was a kid. I guarantee because Maori are more for any Maori fucking listeners, I would. It's part of like a tribal like upbringing. Like,
well, it's same thing with Samoan.
It's Samoan and respecting your culture and everything. So I'm sure there's got to be something to do with like, you know, getting inked at a young age. It's part of becoming a man, I would imagine.
It's that and showing, like you said, pride in your tribe. You know,
right?
So, even though we don't live in like a tribal society these days, there's plenty of Samoan, and I know mainly from wrestling because there's a lot of Samoans that wrestle, and I'm not saying that as a stereotype; like it's just a state of fact. But a lot of them have that kind of tribal. Even the one you would know is The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. When he started, he didn't have any of that. He had the bull on his bicep. And then, I don't know if maybe he found out where his heritage was or just decided to start honoring it. I'm not sure what triggered him to start doing it.
He knew all about it. No, he knew all about it. He was just...
That's what I figured.
I think he wanted to do it when he was younger, but like, the WrestleMania didn't really want him to go tribal, so to speak. And then once he went and did his own thing, he said, well, fuck it. I'm going to be my own. I'm going to do my own thing.
Well, yeah, no, you're probably right, though. I mean, about WWE not really wanting it. But then again, when he finally started doing it, they didn't seem to stop him, you know?
Well, because he's not really a wrestler anymore. He's
the
highest paid actor.
No, that's true, but he started it when he was still wrestling.
Oh, did he? Well, maybe he knew he was just going to get out of it. He probably just said, fuck you guys.
Well, I mean, by that point, he'd already... I mean, look, for a wrestler to go and have the success he had with the Scorpion King, you know, the movie may not have been great, but he had some success.
Oh, yeah.
And it led to where he's at now, which is just, mega stardom.
I think fucking Momoa's character would have been able to win this fight if Willem Dafoe just lent him his giant dick and been like, here, just smack him in the face with this and you'll be dead.
See, here's where I start. I mean, I know and you know, because we're not stupid people, there's magma in the Earth's core.
Mm-hmm.
But there's definitely a layer of, like, I guess for lack of a better phrase, crust between the oceans and the magma of the core of the Earth. How the fuck is this going on?
Just flowing lava.
Yeah. That I've got a bigger problem with than the electricity, if you will.
Well, I got a problem with the fact that she's got jellyfish on her back.
Well, but I guess when you can commune with the sea life, because I don't think he's the only one that can do it.
No, he's the only one who could do it. That's why she's like, how did you do that? Like, I've always been able to do this. And like, so the fact that he can talk or control animals is like, it's like the parcel tongue of Harry Potter in here. Like, it's not common. It's super, super, super rare.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fair then.
But I agree. This flowing lava thing, as dramatic and impressive as it is kind of like, no, I don't think so. I'm more interested in what the fuck that blue flame shit in the background is.
That's
what
true.
The fuck?
Look, we're nitpicking at this point. Let's be fair about that.
Yeah,
right?
we like this movie so much. We're like, man, fuck it. We just kind of been like, well, it's Aquaman, whatever.
Right,
you can't do.
And this kind of goes back to what I was saying to you before, not on this commentary, but on a different episode, where like, you've kind of ruined movies for me a little bit, because like I used to be able to sit back and not look at that shit and not even think about it. You know what I mean? And I still can to a degree. You. What?
I'm happy to educate you.
Well, it's not about educating. I think that's what movies are meant to be, though, is a way to kind of shut off that part of your brain and just kind of sit back,
Right. I really like this moment here because it's like, I always wanted to meet you, see my little brother, but you are the reason my mother is dead. And, you turned out to be a real fucking dick. And then he's like, well, all right, I'm going to give you one chance. I don't want to kill you because you're my brother. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
This was good. They look nothing alike, but I guess that's the whole point. It is kind of like seeing, in a weird way, like Scar and Mufasa.
Yeah, a little bit. I could see it. Like this whole Coliseum type thing.
Yep. Who builds these fucking buildings?
Well,
is it out of the earth? Like, are they just kind of caving and like being like, well, we'll structure it like this?
No, if you recall the beginning of the story here, and it's also referenced in Justice League a little bit, these lands were, this was all above ground at one point, and they sank into the ocean.
You're right.
So, a lot of this was probably built when they weren't underwater.
How could you be a traitor if you've never been raised there?
Because your so-called king kind of, makes you believe that.
Not like it's not like you've been happily invited.
What do you mean?
He wasn't invited to take on the throne.
No,
it was sort of a secret thing. Like Mira and Volca were like, you should do this. You're the rightful heir, blah, blah, blah. So he's not really a traitor because he knew that if he entered, he'd be killed on sight.
Which isn't even really his fault. It's kind of his mom's fault, to be fair.
I don't know what's going on. I mean, obviously, we're not going to pause or anything, but like it kind of was. No, it cleared up a little bit. It was like the subtitles would look a little pixelated. I couldn't read it.
Oh, it's good now?
Yeah, it cleared up.
Okay. That's the other thing. Like, okay, I am nitpicking, but this has been my biggest thing from the beginning. They keep calling that thing that he has a trident, and that's not a trident.
Why is it not a trident?
Trident is...
It's more than 3?
Exactly. I'm not even joking, but that's what a trident is. It's the 3 prongs.
So it's a giant fork?
Well, I don't know what there is probably a term for it. I'd have to look it up. But like what his brother's carrying, what's his name again? Aura? Or whatever?
Orm.
That's it. Thank you. Yeah. And what he ends up with is a trident,
Right.
But the thing his mom had that he's now wielding is not a trident, technically.
It's a giant spork.
That's a little more than a spork, but okay.
This is a good fight scene.
It is. Look, we're like I said, we're nitpicking a little bit and everything, but this movie has been really good.
This became Underwater 300.
Okay, having not seen 300, I'll trust you for that, but... Did you notice that seems to be the bulk of our conversations lately? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies you haven't seen.
He goes full Ocean Master by the end of this, though. Orm does.
Well, the character is Ocean Master in the comics, so that makes sense.
That's kind of my point, yeah. But I mean, even from a look perspective, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't really look it here. But by the end, when he's in his final armor, if you will.
Yeah. And the armor is very comics accurate, too.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. Yeah.
It looks like a fucking starfish on his face.
Yeah, which is what Ocean Master looks like from what I remember. Right. But you're right. This is a really good fight scene.
The ultimate irony is, like, everyone else is super comics accurate with almost the exception of Momoa. Because Momoa, like, I don't... There's never been a version where he looks like Jason Momoa. Like, long-haired, Maori... he's had long blonde hair and a beard.
I was going to say, there's been a time where he's had long hair and a beard, but you're right. He's still always been, like, very Aryan in look with, like, the blonde and, white skin and whatnot.
I mean, in actuality, like, if this was made in the fucking 90s, it would have been, what, Brad Pitt who would have been up for the role?
Probably.
That's a pretty good pull, if I'm really being honest, man.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. Like, you're talking, like, Interview with a Vampire Brad Pitt, right? Like, that kind of...
Well... Like, yeah, more specifically, like, Troy.
Yeah.
But, like, imagine him with, like, a beard, too.
Yeah. No, I follow your logic here. I'm trying to think
or like Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy. If you just made his hair longer.
I probably know who that is, but I can't visualize him right now.
He's, like, the main guy in Sons of Anarchy. He was also on the show Undeclared.
I thought the main guy was the guy who played Hellboy.
Well, Ron Perlman is in it, but there's another guy.
Okay. I'm not arguing with you. I was just asking.
No.
You know who else could have done it if we're going for, like, traditional Arthur Curry, like the blonde hair, blue eye type of thing?
With the beard?
Either or, but Heath Ledger probably could have done it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good pull. I could have seen Heath Ledger.
I mean, I actually... And I may be in the minority, and I'm not saying that against you because I think we're in the same minority. But I'm actually really okay with this move as having this Samoan, and we've said it a couple times, but I want to reiterate, like I'm actually really okay with this change.
I'm digging it. Yeah, I mean it kind of makes sense. Like
this is what he should look like. I mean,
well, when it was first introduced in Batman v Superman, my first inkling was, all the Atlanteans are going to look nomadic and tribal and Samoan and Maori. Like, that's what I thought he was establishing.
Right.
And I was like, I'm into it. I'm into that kind of, like, it makes sense. Like, maybe the Hawaiians are the, descendants of Atlanteans or whatever the fuck. But then it was just like, oh no, the actual Atlanteans are like Aryan fucking Hitler Youth looking motherfuckers. And he is still Samoan. He is the way he looks because that's just how his dad looks. So I still am like, I'm into it. I like it. but at the same time, I was like, I assumed the whole Atlantean race was going to be, looking like The Rock and Momoa.
And here's the thing, like, we have to think about this, because I just looked it up, so, and I'm honestly not sure how I feel about it, but Aquaman, the comic book, debuted in 1941.
Okay.
So that's right in the middle of World War II.
I don't think, he's not a Nazi, though.
I know that, but, I'm kind of wondering, apparently he made an appearance on Smallville.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Wasn't fucking Captain America blonde I'm not saying all blondes are fucking Hitler Youth. I'm just saying.
Right.
So
I'd have to look it up, but I don't know. I think I'd almost wonder, was it maybe easier to draw that from an inking perspective?
I have no idea. I think.
And here's one other theory to throw at you, right? So, Superman, dark hair, big, bulky white guy. Did they almost? Was he?
See, look right here, right here.
Yeah. When they do
so she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's just like, "Shut up! It worked for Pinocchio."
Yeah. When he gets in the whale. They also could have gone biblical and said it worked for Jonah. If you really
I was just thinking the same thing. What were you saying, though?
I was thinking, like, Superman's dark hair, white guy. Mm-hmm. Do you think, like, I don't want to say he's the anti-Superman because they're both good guys, if you will. But maybe it was to contrast Superman? Bright colors, bright hair. Superman was just blue and red. Not that those are dark colors, but the blue compared to the orange and the green, I
think they tried to do the same thing with Batman because originally when Bob Kane first sketched out Batman, he was blonde.
Was he?
Yeah. He was blonde and he was in a sort of red suit with a domino mask.
Okay.
And I think because there was a lot of brunettes, and I think it just made sense for them to make him a blonde. There were just a lot of brunettes at that point, so I think they needed one to be singled out with the other ones.
Right. Well, that's kind of my point. Like,
not to mention Wonder Woman, black hair.
Right.
Superman, black hair. Yeah, I think you're onto something.
And because like Batman, you don't ultimately end up seeing his hair very often.
Well, you see Bruce Wayne a lot, actually.
Well, that's true. Comics. Yeah, no, that's true. But
not too many redheads, though.
Nope.
Although, if I remember, I want to say the Flash. At least one of the iterations of the Flash is either. There are some blonde ones. I want to say there's a redhead.
I've only ever known him as a blonde until the current TV series.
I think there's different. Obviously, there's different Flashes.
Sure. But
I want to say one of them has red hair. Whoever the first Flash was, I think he had red hair.
Huh. Now, see,
Jay Garrick or whatever his name is.
Right. This part of the movie is the part I really enjoy the most. Not this sequence per se where they're in the plane, but this like National Treasure, Indiana Jones type like
the Mummy Returns kind of plane. Yeah.
Not even that, but just the hunt that they're going on. So not just this sequence with the plane in the desert, but like the whole. We've got to take this thing and go here, and then we have to go here, and then we have to go here to get these different pieces they need to get to the Trident. Like, I always love a good treasure hunt movie. I always have.
Oh, I agree.
And the fact that they took this comic book movie and put this, for lack of a better phrase, mini movie in the middle of it, I think was a nice touch.
My boss played this on the TV at work the other day.
Yeah.
To advertise the fact that we had it.
Sure.
And he said, man, it just goes on and on. It's like 3 or 4 movies in one movie.
Yeah, I could see that, but it doesn't drag on like Batman versus Superman does. Do you know what I mean? Like it's much more together.
Yeah, you're entertained watching this, whereas Batman versus Superman, you're like, where the fuck fuck is this going?
Right, and it felt like three separate movies, where this feels like one movie. Like, there's three different styles of movie in this movie, but they're still one. It still feels like a continuous story. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, like right there, right? Look right there. That's very Asgard. The bridges too, but that's very Asgard as well.
You know what the biggest mystery of this movie is?
What's that?
She's been living in salt water her whole fucking life, for the most part.
Yeah.
Her hair looks flawless.
Well, because she's probably evolved for that condition.
Yeah, but it would have been nice if she had some. She looks like she had conditioner, is what I'm saying.
Look at, I love this. Redheads. Gotta love them. Out we go.
Dude, redheads are crazy.
Jump out the plane. No shoot.
Look how the goat is just like, what the fuck? That is like circa 2003 CGI right there.
Oh yeah.
See, it's Aquaman in the middle of a desert again. I love it. This is the second time they've done this shit.
Yeah, but this one's different. This one I liked because
this makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. The way they lay this one out makes a little more sense. So I'm kind of okay with it.
But come on, you could see the irony, right? It's a movie called Aquaman. There's a whole fucking sequence in the desert.
You know, you said something that just kind of a few minutes ago that just triggered something for me, and I want to know if you would agree with this overall statement. For a 2019 movie, I guess it was 18. I guess it was 18 technically, wasn't it?
18,
but anyway,
18, yeah.
2018 movie. This feels very 90s. And I don't mean that in a bad way. But it has a very 90s feel to it, to me.
It feels like it's another of the, well, I wouldn't say 90s. I would say 2000s. Like, it's like another Daredevil, Elektra, Catwoman, one-off separate fucking comic book movie. Well, because you could watch this movie and not see the other ones like Justice League, and you're still like, I'm into it. You don't need the other movies.
Right. No, I would agree with that. This is
kind of a standalone one.
I guess I meant it more from a perspective of like the colors and the CGI looking a little off. Like when they were just in the desert, it was very clear they were in front of a green screen. And I was okay with it. Like, to be honest with you, you know?
This could be on a real beach. We don't know.
This part could be, but I'm talking about when they were in the desert a few minutes ago, when it was Mira and Arthur.
Now, I like how he's just like, I'm going to take this Atlantean fucking, technology that I know nothing about and then fucking tweak it to make my own. Not knowing if he's going to fucking kill himself or if the shit he's touching is like acidic.
Well, and he almost does kill himself.
Right.
Right here.
Right here.
It's like, oh shit. But to your point, it does get... This is how we get that realistic-looking Black Manta suit that you wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I just fucked it all up.
Well, the first one. When the water dried up, they perished along with it. So this used to be all water. And that's actually true. I mean, the desert wasn't all water, but there was water in the desert at one point.
True.
And I just saw on the closed captioning, he calls her Fight Club for some reason. I don't know the reference there, though.
I think she's just being aggressive. I don't know. I didn't get that either.
Yeah.
That was not that seems like a fucking improv joke, and like it sounds like Jason Momoa pulled that out of his ass, and I don't get it.
Yeah.
Unless he's making a fucking sly reference to the fact that she beat the shit out of Johnny Depp.
Oh, maybe.
But I doubt it. I doubt the director would be like, oh yeah, let's make fun of that.
Yeah, right. Your stupid Atlantean GPS just told you to jump out of an airplane over the middle of the desert. And I'm going to fall down a hole. The hole belched.
It's a sinkhole, right?
Yeah, basically.
This is highly convenient.
This is what I imagine the Sarlacc pit looks like.
I could see that. Damn, I was lucky as shit.
Yeah, right.
This is just fucking Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. This is just the bottom of that fucking crossway.
Yeah. Yeah. Although the sequence coming up in a minute feels very Tomb Raider. Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider. Not that new one they just did.
Right.
Which I actually liked a lot. I liked them both, to be fair, but that's...
I still haven't seen the new one.
It's good. It's actually worth the watch.
I heard it's good. I just,
Yeah.
Other shit to watch.
No, I hear you. There's a major plot hole problem for me, but as a whole, it's still a good movie.
I just now realize that his name is Arthur, and they're like doing a legend kind of movie.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
King Arthur. I'm just now I'm so stupid. I'm just now he literally would be called King Arthur.
That's true. That is true. The other thing that was interesting, though, is when his father first brings Atlanta in after she like washes up on shore, there's an Arthur Treacher's fish commercial on the TV.
I saw that. I was like, maybe that's the inspiration.
I was wondering that too.
Did we miss the whole thing? Like, did like his dad tell him stories about like King Arthur and like Excalibur and all that shit? Is that where they originated the name?
I don't think they ever touch on that, actually.
I thought that was part of it. I remember when I first saw it. I need to watch this again with the sound on and actually watch it. But I could have sworn when I first watched it, there was something to do with King Arthur.
Maybe. Now, see, I was talking to Dev about this, the part right here where she's going to need the water to turn on the device. And I referenced the same thing in The Fifth Element, because you remember when they're opening the stones towards the end?
Yeah, fire, earth, wind,
right.
Blah, blah, blah.
Right, and the guy takes the sweat off his brow and then squeezes it out of the rag, right?
Yeah.
Just spit on the fucking thing.
Yeah, it's definitely...
Right?
Wow. James Wan, you're ripping off all the great movies to make a decent movie, but not a great movie.
But it's not even about the rip off of Fifth Element. I'm not even upset with that. I'm just talking about like, why not just spit on it? And he says there I could have just peed on it, which is probably also true. But
well, it's good to know. Like, if I'm ever stuck in a desert and I need to like open up a fucking 1,000-year-old like thing that needs moisture, I could just pee on it.
Right, because we'll run into those every so often.
You know what, dude? I mean, movies have changed my life. They make it be good homework. Now, who's this? I mean, I want to say I recognize this dude, but I don't think I recognize this dude.
You mean the actor?
Yeah. It's almost like a weird choice that they would get a guy that no one would recognize to play this. It almost seems like it would be a role for like, like an Anthony Hopkins type. You know what I mean?
Right, but at the same time, like, he's barely on screen except for like right here and a little bit in the beginning.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just like a little cameo wouldn't, like, I don't know. They threw in fucking Dolph Lundgren. I mean, they're not going to be like, oh no, we're just going to go with anybody. They're going to be like, well, here's someone, Dolph Lundgren.
Right.
I mean, I almost could have seen like maybe Sam Neill or something. I don't know.
Right. No, I mean, well, and it's ironic because you picked both people who played Odin.
Right. I guess that's why.
Honestly,
I could have seen Dolph Lundgren playing, even if it's just a small cameo, just in that role.
I have who it is, and I think it's going to surprise you.
Okay.
It's Graham McTavish.
Who the hell's Graham McTavish?
He was Dwaylen in the Hobbit movies. Let's see what else he's been in.
I saw those movies like once, so
He's the voice of Dracula in that animated Castlevania thing on Netflix, but I know you don't watch that. He's Tommy Holiday in Creed.
okay.
I'm trying to see. He does a lot of voiceover stuff, Rico. Like he seems to be a voiceover guy. You would know him from Assassin's Creed 3. He's Benjamin Church.
Okay.
I'm trying to. Actually, he's. Did you play Knights of the Old Republic? Star Wars?
Yeah.
He's Executor Kranis, Lord Scar. He does a couple voices in that one.
Okay.
Yeah, so he seems to be more of a voiceover guy, but I've seen his name before. Like, that's not the first time I've...
Got it.
Weren't you a fan of Dante's Inferno, the game?
Never. I think I only played a demo of it.
Okay, I thought... Then I must have been talking to somebody else, but... I'm trying to see...
I like this. He's like, doesn't want to embarrass her, but he's just like... She's like, look at this rose I'm eating. And he's just like,
I actually thought that was kind of cute, honestly. Like, I was okay with that. Like, that's where you can tell he's starting to get feelings for her, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. You didn't watch Prison Break, did you?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm running out of stuff that you would probably know him from besides like video games and stuff, which some of you probably played. I know his name though. Like when I saw it, it didn't surprise me. So, like in terms of like, oh, I know who that guy is because I play a lot of the games he's been in. He's been in a bunch of the Call of Duties as well.
Uh-huh.
You know, so anyway, this is the funny part right here where she figures out why he did the whale trick.
Right. Dude, this makes me just want to go visit Sicily.
I've never been.
I've been to Italy. Italy is beautiful. I've always wanted to go to Sicily.
The closest I've came to leaving the country, and I guess technically I did, was I went to Baja.
Mm-hmm.
That's the closest I came. How about that?
Wait,
I learned it from
it's
the
a
movie.
book. How about that? Yeah, I even though I know like it didn't do the subtitles of the Italian, I know what he said.
Yeah, he said
Andiamo.
Yeah, which is hold on, I think
Let's
I know
go.
that one. But yeah. I do know some stuff like that, and I know he says "excusey" at one point, which is obviously "excuse me." You know, I speak.
This might be who Digimon
It
Hansu
is.
fucking plays.
No, that's not maybe. That is him.
Okay.
I even recognize the voice. I watched this again last night, believe it or not. So with the sound, obviously.
Call him Star-Lord. Who?
Yeah, right. This dude's like shit right now. He's everywhere, really.
Yeah. It's a shame no one can pronounce his fucking name. He's getting some good work.
And the first time I ever saw him was Amistad.
I'd have to look at again what the first thing. I mean, I know I've seen him in shit before. Let me look him up.
He's also in Gladiator. He's Russell Crowe's friend in Gladiator.
Oh, that's probably where it is.
That's probably the first time you saw him. The first time I saw him was Amistad. Which, if you thought Black Klansman was a tough watch, shit. That's a tough fucking... They literally drown motherfuckers. And I don't think they CGI'd it. Like, I don't think they let him die, but I definitely think they ran him into the water.
He's one of the rare actors who's got like 2 feet, like a foot in each universe. He's in 2 or 3 MCU movies and 2 fucking DC EU movies.
Yep. See, it's this stuff that I think right here where, like, he knows all this stuff about these Roman, like, leaders and generals and whatnot that, like, you've got that problem with the bro and that surfer kind of thing. This shows that he's not a moron, though. You know what I mean?
Right. But his dad was the one who... It's not like he was really... interest in learning this shit himself. His dad was like, no, you need to know all this shit.
Right, but it's not like he didn't learn it or retain it. So, I mean,
Right.
you know, I get what you're saying, Rico, but it's not like he's a fucking moron either. You know what I mean? Now, here's my one issue with the next, not the very next sequence, but they just look through the bottle. They see how far away, they see where they need to go, like they're heading, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, they have to go to that island that's right off in the distance there. And yet, it seems like they're on that boat for like 2 days.
Why are they even on a boat? Can they just swim there?
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Well, I mean, you remember he's kind of unconscious by that point, so maybe that's why not. But
maybe I forgot it. All right, here we go.
First look at Black Manta.
Dude, that is
It's spot fucking on.
accurate.
Yeah. I want to know how the lasers get to the eye part without burning his face off, though. Like, how does it... Is it... I don't know.
Contact lenses?
Oh, no, but, I mean, like, it goes up his spinal thing, and then... I guess it goes through those tubes right there? I don't know.
Dude, that is hardcore LASIK right there.
Look at that shit. He's all burned up and stuff, though.
Or the first time he's been like, oh shit, this hurts.
Yeah. He actually ends up stabbing him, like actually penetrating his skin this time.
Because that's Atlantean, like, hardware.
Steel.
That's Atlantean technology.
Right.
Which is why I'm saying, like, if he wanted to get the ink, he'd have to have... Maybe Volko did it. That's
I was just going to say that. You just beat me to it, but maybe Volko brought it up and did it. Yeah.
That would make sense.
It would. There you go. Answer. See, now, like, right here, the armor, though.
Theory, not answer.
Well, yeah. But see, look, she hit him in the face, the mask broke open, and he basically reverse drowned. You know, like...
Dried out.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, he's like a fish. If you bring a fish on land, it's going to fucking suffocate.
You're right. I just didn't have the right words for it. You're right. Oh, there you go. He says, now I have Atlantean seal. So, yeah, I guess you're right.
Call me Black Manta.
That looks like it would hurt.
Oh, no shit, dude.
I don't care if you're Aquaman or not. It's like, ow.
That was the fakest fucking looking crash through I've ever seen.
And she just sits there like, okay.
Dude, old Sicilian women do not give a fuck. I promise.
No, they don't, dude. No, they don't. Did you see that video of my grandma my great grandma that I put on our page?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all the proof you need right there.
Yep.
So, I don't know. Honestly, this is my least favorite part of the whole fucking movie. This whole sequence between him and Black Manta.
Uh-huh.
I just don't get it. Like, it feels really, like, shoehorned into the rest of the movie.
I think it was a lot of talking and walking and exploring, and they needed an action sequence. I guarantee this was a Warner Brothers executive said, you need an action sequence. Like, you have no action, like another half hour after this. You need action. So they probably jammed this in.
Well, that's not necessarily true, because you got the action in the trench. But, that said, it's just that too many enemies thing that DC always seems to do. I mean, going all the way back to Batman Returns. You know, like, you don't need Orm and Black Manta. They should have just picked one of them.
Well, they needed to set up... excuse me. They need to set up Black Manta as a credible villain, because he is allegedly going to be a big bad in the second one.
Okay, but there's no guarantee there was going to be a second one. With the track record that DC's had with their movies, you had no way to prove they were going to have a second one.
I think they were pretty optimistic.
Well, yeah, just because of the success of Wonder Woman, but look how bad Justice League did.
That's true.
Well, I mean, and that's the other thing. Like, I think they broke even with Justice League, didn't they? Ultimately, I think
so. I think it was very barely broke even, if that. That was a good shot.
But Aquaman. Oh yeah.
This is like a Bourne movie or like Casino Royale.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit of Fast and the Furious, a little bit too. There's a sequence like this in the 5th one.
That dude would not be able to fucking
walk away from that. Yeah, I thought the same thing.
He'd be limping.
His legs should have been crushed, like flat out flat. To be fair, but this part with the wine coming up is sad. Just that you waste that much wine. Because in Sicily, that's probably some good fucking wine.
Oh, for sure. I would not watch this with my dad. My dad would cry.
How's your dad doing? Did he enjoy his birthday?
Yeah, I had a good time. He went up to the land, then he came back, and I'm going to try and see him tomorrow, but I don't know what time that's going to be at.
All right.
Oh, this is funny.
Yeah. But I don't see the point, because he still has to pull his head out eventually, so I guess he still dies?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, what is the... It totally looks like fucking... Oh, God, I'm blanking on this fucking name. The guy who played the Joker in Suicide Squad.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, he looks kind of like Jared Leto from, like, Fight Club, ironically enough.
Maybe. I mean, I would say he looked like an untattooed Joker from Suicide Squad, honestly.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well, you said Fight Club, so...
Well, in Fight Club, he's super blonde and, like, kind of albino looking, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, all that wine, dude, that was hard.
Because that's good wine. That's not, like, cheap shit. That's not boxed wine. That's, like, good shit.
Maybe my dad wouldn't care then.
Oof. Let's be real. Like, how is he not dead?
It's a comic book movie. That's how he's not dead.
Well, granted, but I mean, his face was just bashed in. Like, that helmet cracks, flat out down the middle.
I mean, did you ever see the bonus credit scene?
I did, yeah. Yeah.
So it shows him. He's all fucked up, so... They're tracking you. They're tracking you. It's your fucking bracelet.
Yep.
Crack that shit. There you go.
Stay with me, Arthur.
Arthur, wake the fuck up, motherfucker.
He does have some good lines in Justice League, though. I still love... I mean, I know you're not big on the whole bro surfer thing, but I do like when he shows up finally in Gotham and he's, like, dressed like a bat. I dig it. Like, I like that sequence.
Mm-hmm. See, right here, he just looks like his character from Game of Thrones.
Okay. Having not really seen it, I'll trust you on that, but...
You should start Game of Thrones. All our listeners, if you're listening, tweet at CJ to start watching Game of Thrones.
No,
it's only about the fucking end. It's about goddamn time.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
No, you need to start it.
This is funny here. Did you steal this boat? Aren't the boats for public use? No. That's kind of funny, I thought, anyway.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny.
Look, they're little one-liners. They're not like belly laughs, but they're I don't need those in this kind of movie. I don't want those. I want those little chuckle laughs. You know what I mean? Like, okay, that was funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. There are some moments where it's, he's shown some deepness. Like the whole him having regret about...
Oh, right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this part coming up is the part you said it is probably because of James Wan, right? And that they're actually making a spin-off about?
Oh yeah, this has got horror James Wan. Like, well, I mean, there was sort of a new resurgence of like horror directors that has like been dubbed the Splat Pack.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So wait, can I guess? I'll probably only get two of them, to be fair. But
you might get three.
I would say James Wan,
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Peele. Is that what his name is? Jordan.
Jordan Peele is not on the list because this Splat Pack was like earlier, but I would definitely consider him on it.
M. Night? Probably not though, because his are more like psychological. Yeah, his are more like psychological as opposed to like just death.
Well, Get Out is a psychological thriller as well.
True.
It's still a horror film, but no, they didn't. I don't even know if there was a list. But
who's the guy that did Saw? Is that?
Well, it's James Wan, and there was another guy.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna stop.
The other guy is one of the other guys. It's Lee Wanell. He was the screenwriter.
I've heard that name. Yeah, I don't know much about him, but I know the name. See, look how far we're going out in this boat. Like, that just doesn't... Maybe the bottle was to point the direction, but it was way further out than it was implied by what they could see.
Why are they not swimming?
Well, like I said, he was unconscious till just then, so maybe that's why.
She could drag his ass.
Maybe she can. I don't know.
All right, so Splat Pack. Let me see if I find it. Is a collection of independent filmmakers who since 2002 have directed, written, and produced numerous R-rated horror films notable for their low budgets, extreme ultra-violence. So the members are... Oh, holy shit, there's a ton of them. Alexandre Aja, Darren Lynn Bozeman, Neil Marshall, Greg McLean, Eli Roth, Robert Rodriguez, James Wan, Lee Wanell, and Rob Zombie. And I would add Jordan Peele, if I'm being honest.
I recognized 5 of them. If we're not including Jordan Peele.
Right.
Because I recognize Zombie, Lee Wanell, Robert Rodriguez, Eli Roth. Like, those are names I recognized. But
right. I'm surprised there's a Splat Pack Wikipedia page, to be honest.
There's a Wikipedia page for everything. I'm surprised I don't have a Wikipedia page.
We should make a Wikipedia page for PodAskew.
Well, yeah. I think we need to wait till we, maybe we'll do that for our 1 year.
That's how we establish ourselves. We pretend that we're already famous.
That's true. You can't.
That's how the Kardashians did it. They're just like, they just pretend to be famous and they got famous. And now they're famous for being famous.
Well, that and their dad was friends with OJ.
And one of them sucked some dick. That's all I know.
Yeah, Kim.
I thought they all did.
Well, I'm sure they all did, but Kim's the one that filmed it and put it on the internet. These are some evil-looking motherfuckers.
That is like Alien, but if Alien was a fish.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, this is where he has some time to shine. He's he probably had to scale back and not be too scary.
Who, Juan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which might be why they're doing this spinoff that you were talking about, because then he can just go, full fish.
Yeah. Full fish.
I was going to say full war, but didn't seem right.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
Oof. How's the picture on your end? Because it's getting a little laggy over here. You good?
I'm actually pretty good. It's pretty good on mine.
Just making sure. She fucked him up.
Damn, dude. She just fucking Ahabbed those fuckers.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, good job. You fucked up your own sale.
Well, they're what I need to be anyway.
So they're like vampires. They don't like the light. Damn. That's brutal. I love how all of them are just.
I was just gonna say that's a cool splash page shot right there.
Oh yeah,
that's fucking scary. That
fuck
scene,
yeah,
dude, shit.
This is very James Wan. He does this type of shit where it looks like fucking mosaic artwork, but it's just like James Wan. You might have to like check out some of his horror shit, dude. It's pretty good.
All right. You know,
I think you could probably handle Insidious.
Oh, he did that one?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to look.
It also has Patrick Wilson. He also did Insidious 2, which also has Patrick Wilson. He also did The Conjuring, which also has Patrick Wilson.
Actually, no, I'm thinking of Purge. Never mind.
I think he might have helped produce The Purge, but no, he didn't direct it.
Because the first Purge just premiered on HBO not long ago. That prequel one they did.
Mm-hmm.
Actually looked halfway decent. I was actually kind of... Now that looks like the ocean's vagina. I'm not going to lie.
Well, that's why it's called the Kingdom of the Trench.
I guess, yeah.
It should really be called the fucking Queendom of the Trench, but that's
the Queendom of the Trench. Yeah, but then you're going into the whole stereotype of pussy smelling like fish. So...
hey, man, you said that shit, not
I said stereotype. I said that's not what the actuality is. I said that's the stereotype.
Right. That is definitely a vagina. And of course, you know what? I think we're actually getting somewhere here because he's swimming through the like ocean vagina, and then he's about to see his mother.
And he gets born. Yeah.
I'm getting it, James Wan. I'm getting your fucking metaphors here. You gotta go through the fish vagina, and then you get to see Nicole Kidman.
I want to thank all our female listeners who are now turning the show off for the rest of eternity. I appreciate the time you did listen.
At this point, if you're like, you know what, fucking an hour and a half into this fucking movie,
no,
you might as well.
I didn't mean the episode. I meant the show.
I mean. Do we even have that many female listeners? Hit us up.
Surprisingly, I actually think we have more female listeners than male listeners. Well, at least from the feedback we get more feedback from female listeners than we do male listeners. So I'll say that.
All right, this threw me off. So they're fucking dinosaurs. This is like Lost World.
Deb was kind of commenting on that too, and I agreed with her. Like it's like why dinosaurs.
This is literally the Lost World.
Yeah, kind of is.
Am I just now realizing that her costume went from green to blue?
Who?
Mira.
No, I think it's kind of like one of those things where depending on what light you're seeing it in, it could be either color. That's
very blue, though, and the other one's very green.
Well, right, because there was a lot of sunlight. There's not really sunlight here. It's like, I don't know what it is, but it's not sun.
I think it's just a different costume.
Yeah, maybe.
There should have been like a moment of, are you Arthur Curry? Not like, oh my God, you're my son.
Well, she might have been somehow being able to watch him without being able to get to him.
I don't think so. I admit, I teared up when I first saw this part.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, we've spoiled enough of this movie already that I can spoil something that's coming up, right?
Sure.
I was really happy they didn't kill her. Like, and I don't mean early on, I mean like after this point. Like, a lot of movies fall into that trope of, okay, oh, my long-lost mom or long-lost brother or long-lost whoever, and then in the next sequence they die from some tragic thing or another, and they don't do that here, and I like that. You know what I mean? Like, I was... Because I remember the first time we watched this, I was like, oh, fuck. All right, well, she's still alive. Great, that's awesome, but they're going to kill her. and they didn't. So
Yeah, Nicole Kidman wants her contract open.
she what?
She lets her contract open.
Oh, did she?
I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you knew. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just making a joke.
Gotcha.
She looks great for fucking being in the middle of a goddamn Jurassic World for 20 years.
Yeah, I don't think these creatures, and I mean that in that the Atlanteans, I don't think they age.
They age. They just age super fucking slow and shit.
So it's like a Thor reference.
Yeah. I think that's always just been established.
Well, because Superman doesn't age. Like, once he hits, like, maturity, he stops aging.
Yeah, I think he stops at like 30.
Something like that. The only one
20,
that really...
29.
Yeah, the only one that really still ages... The only two I could think of that would be able to age would be Batman and potentially Green Lantern.
Flash?
No, because I think that super healing that he has, like, keeps him young. So he may age, but it's like to your point about like it's in a microcosm.
Oh, Green Arrow. Green Arrow ages.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I forgot about him. You're right. Yep, I would agree with that.
All right, going back into another ocean vagina. I really want to make a Wet Willy joke, but I don't know where to put it. Maybe in the ocean vagina.
Oh.
I had to set up my own fucked up setup, okay?
Yeah.
All right, now
yeah.
Steph is chuckling over here, so at least I know it works. Because Wet Willy, ocean vagina.
It.
You get it? You get it now?
No,
because it's like a giant willy and it's wet
no,
and it goes into which.
I got it from the beginning. I just didn't find it that funny.
Eat shit.
This is where he finally is like, all right, I'm going to be king now. Like, he's up to this point, like, I don't want to be king. And now mom's like, go be king. And he's like, okay.
Well, when your mom tells you, I guess, listen.
Yeah, I guess so.
I wouldn't know about that, though. I don't listen to my mom.
I know.
Backwards shoulder turn.
Yeah.
Dramatic turn. One last look before I maybe die, even though I'm like the main character.
So that mosaic thing you said James Wan does, is that because whenever a director falls into like having like a thing like that, I immediately think of John Woo and his thing with birds.
Oh, his jumping with two guns in the air and the fucking doves and shit.
Yeah, or a pigeon or whatever. There's always some kind of bird. It's usually doves, you're right, but there's been other types as well.
This was incredibly easy for him to find.
Well, she didn't say it was hard once you got in there. You have to. What she said was that you can't get back out unless the king gives you the okay, essentially, by letting you have the trident.
Yeah, he just needs to walk over, grab the trident, and get the fuck out. He doesn't need to have this. All right, that's definitely trident.
Yeah,
right,
that's definitely a trident. Yeah.
All right, Julie Andrews. Apparently, this is one of the parts where I'm really annoyed that we can't listen to it because I want to hear if that's Julie Andrews because apparently this is fucking Mary fucking Poppins.
Well, I'll tell you what. After we're done this thing, we'll double back. It's 1 hour, 50-minute mark. We'll double back real quick.
Okay. I mean, I know it's confirmed. It's
confirmed, but I'm kind of curious to hear it myself. You got to think about it though. This, for them to be able to make money on this movie, and they did. This had to have been the most expensive one they've made yet, right?
Yeah.
With all this underwater CGI they had to do?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even him, like his hair, like that's got to be CGI, right? Or did they dump him in a tank for like 5 minutes, film it, and then use that as like a modifier? I don't know.
I think there definitely was scenes where like actors had to be underwater and hold their breaths and shit. That's definitely a possibility.
But I mean, like his hair floating up in the water and stuff, and it should. I mean, like look, it all looks great. Like I'm not shitting great on it, but it had to have cost a pretty fucking penny.
In comparison, when they did like Harry Potter 4, like when there's a whole underwater sequence and shit, that's Daniel Radcliffe like underwater. Like he waterlogged and like scuba geared and shit for like hours, if not weeks.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. In like a giant fucking thing. Like he got earaches from it.
Wow.
From all the waterlogging in his ear.
No mortals conversed with me since King Atlan. So he's, and maybe they said this earlier and I missed it, but he's a direct descendant of this king, apparently. I think. Well,
wouldn't that mean that Atlanta, as his mother, should be able to go in and talk?
In theory, but maybe it skips. Maybe it's one of those things that skips a generation, or whatever. I don't know,
or a couple thousand generations, yeah,
or whatever. But you know what I'm saying, like, or maybe
that's what I'm saying. This is the parcel tongue of fucking Aquaman.
Yeah, that's true.
I like that you don't see the face of this creature until like a little later.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just tentacles, and he's literally talking to a hand.
Deb called it the Kraken. She said this is probably the Kraken.
Oh, I agree. I this is definitely a Kraken.
I would argue it could also be Cthulhu.
Water Cthulhu. Is it Cthulhu or Cthulhu?
What's that?
Is it Cthulhu or Cthulhu?
That's one of the lifelong arguments. There's people that say Cthulhu and there's people that say Cthulhu. The people that
I've only heard as Cthulhu, if I'm being honest.
The people I hang out with, Mark and his group of friends call him Cthulhu. So
maybe it's a Jersey thing.
Maybe.
It's a Jersey thing. You don't understand.
I also call it Cthulhu because Metallica's song Call of Cthulhu is based on that character. They just spell it differently. They spell it Ktulu, whereas it's Cthulu, I think, is the proper spelling.
And we instantly became Spider-Man right here. Just like fucking with his DNA.
No, I don't think that's what this is. This is him connecting with all the fish around him, the sea life around him. That's not DNA changing.
Oh, I thought it was going into his eye. It was revealing like he was... I thought it was making him... I thought it is that. It's him connecting to all fish life, but it was also like his DNA being able to now do that.
I don't think it's DNA. I think it's unlocking something that was already in him that just wasn't... that he needed the trident to unlock. That's how I interpreted it.
All right. I think we're both right. We're just interpreting it very slightly differently. But
probably.
That is an amazing goddamn costume. I'm not going to fucking lie.
Yeah, they did a great job of balancing out a modern, normal thing with the original suit. My issue, and I mentioned it on the episode we did, was that he had armor, Atlantean armor, it looked like, in Justice League that was not that. So
it was silver.
It was like almost copper-ish. Like it wasn't even silver. It was like a dark color. But yeah. But the point is he had armor. So unless, what's Defoe's character name again?
Volko.
Unless Volko brought it to him, where the hell did he get it?
The
Trident too.
We'd like to know this shit.
There's John Rhys Davies. That's him there.
That's him. That's got to be him.
No, that's definitely him.
Of course he played. Of course he played Mr. Fucking Krabs. Speaking of fucking crabs, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, that's a big ass crab.
Dude, I mean, this is, all joking aside, this is why I don't go swimming in the ocean.
I don't go swimming in the ocean.
I'm terrified of this shit.
I don't go swimming in the ocean because I can't swim. So,
I mean, I believe you, but dude, these are some giant ass crabs. I do. Whenever I said, "Oh, I've avoided crabs my whole life," I did not mean this shit.
I'm sure Stephanie thanks you for that.
Stephanie does thank you for that.
This is a big ass fucking battle scene.
This is all 90. This is 99.9% CGI.
Oh, without question. Yeah.
Well, no. Otherwise, the alternative is they went in the ocean and found some giant crabs and beat the shit out of them.
Well, stuff like that right there where he's standing and you can't see his lower body, that could be him in front of a green screen, standing on something. You know what I mean? But I get the point you're making, and I agree.
They do that a lot. Call
What?
me Manta Ray. Call me Ocean Master. Call me Aquaman. Like,
actually,
all right.
I don't think he ever says that, does he? These two do, Manta and him, but I don't think Arthur ever says that.
But that's a thing that happens in every comic book movie.
Yeah. Like,
which
who are you? I'm Batman. Same thing.
Like, I get it. They have to give that fan service and be like, we're going to have the character say his fucking name. They don't always do it. Like,
and let's be fair, Aquaman's probably one of the least known members of the Justice League, so they definitely have to.
Oh, no, not all. Everyone knows Aquaman. They just may not like Aquaman.
Okay, that's fair. But what I mean by lesser known is not that they don't know who he is, but they don't know his origin and who his enemies are and that kind of thing. You know, who his rogues gallery is.
True. I'll give you that, but I would say he's more... People know Aquaman more than, like, Cyborg. I mean, I guess Cyborg got a little bit of a resurgence because of, like, Teen Titans and shit like that.
Right, and Cyborg wasn't an original member of the Justice League anyway. Aquaman was.
Right.
You know, so... But, I mean, I get the point you're making, and you see
where
I'm
Hawkman.
coming...
There's another one, like Hawkman was an original member of the Justice League. No one fucking talks about Hawkman.
That's true. Yep.
I don't know if I am a fan of the fact that Patrick Wilson is playing Norm. Like, I have nothing against him. I think he was a good actor, but I would never in a million years been like, oh, Norm. Definitely need to be played by Patrick Wilson.
Okay, it's Orm. Norm is the guy on Cheers.
Okay, Orm. Okay, I'm not Norm. Sorry. Fuck.
We're not in Boston drinking beer right now. We're somewhere under the ocean.
You know what? Fuck you, dude. I'm trying to make a point here. Like, fucking Orm. Okay, Ocean Master. Let's just call me Ocean Master. Fine, because I can't remember your real fucking name. So I don't know. I'm trying to decide whether they've done this pose so many fucking times already.
I know, but it does look good. I gotta give them that.
It looked good the first 30 fucking times they did it.
No, it still looks good.
Well, they had to do it for the rings, I guess.
Oh, was that the thing he just fought? It is. Holy crap.
Yeah, dude, he is riding the head of Julie Andrews.
That sounds worse than you meant it.
No, I meant it how I meant it. He was lobbing fucking Bruce's all at people, and all, you get that reference?
That's a Nemo reference, isn't it?
Technically, yes, but that's not how it originated. The name for the shark in Jaws was Bruce.
Okay.
But yeah, same thing. He's lobbing Bruce's.
Yep.
I was wondering when the fuck Ink was going to show up. Oh shit.
Yeah. Actually, the thing he just bit into reminds me a lot of the flying creatures that Chitauri had in an Avengers.
You beat me by a fucking second, dude. I was just going to say that. That's a good pull.
Thank you.
So now
I have a few good ones.
What?
I said I have a few good ones.
Yeah, okay.
Fuck you. Ew. I can't even edit that one out. Yeah, why are we going to have a makeout session in the middle of the fucking war? Like,
and the explosions are like fireworks. I get it. I mean, whatever. Whatever.
Like, I know they're all actors, but do you think Lisa Bonet for a minute was like, wait a minute?
No. Lisa Bonet worked with did she work with Bill Cosby? I'm pretty sure nothing fucking phases her now.
Yeah, right.
Although, like, her first husband was Lenny Kravitz, right?
Yeah.
So she's just like, dude, I don't give a fuck.
Plus, if you've actually seen them, they're very much in love with each other. They're actually kind of cute together. Yeah, they really are.
Well, she knows, like, if she ever, like, she's like, I don't ever have to worry about, like, either of us cheating because we will fuck the other person up so easily.
For real, dude. I always liked her. Like, even back on the Cosby Show, I always thought Denise was cute.
Oh, yeah. Dude, she's one of the best parts of High Fidelity.
Oh, well, I love that movie. Don't start on that movie because you and
I know.
words.
I'm giving you fucking praise for it. I know it's your goddamn movie.
But yeah, no, she really is. She looks fantastic in that movie.
She's so much better as a character than fucking the chick he's trying to go back towards, the one he's obsessing over. What's her name? Allison?
Oh no. Oh fuck! Why am I blanking on this?
You fail as a High Fidelity fan.
I do fail.
Turn in your fucking High Fidelity card.
I will. Card in.
You want me to just look it up for you?
No, I'll do it because it's gonna bother me. Let's see.
That's a cool move.
Yeah.
Why are they finding all these giant sea creatures to just tame?
Well, he, at this point, can basically tame anything he needs.
No, I'm talking about the other Atlantans.
Wait, what do you mean?
They're all riding giant-ass seahorses and sea turtles and shit.
Yeah. It's like, but I can't imagine it's any different than, like, finding, like, a horse on Earth and, on the surface and breaking it and whatnot.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand you have to, like, go mystical, but, like, I don't think seahorses are that fucking big.
Well, no.
They're
not. They're not even close to that size.
Yeah, they're like the size of the palm of your hand, if not smaller.
Yeah. Sometimes a little bit bigger, but certainly not big enough to ride.
Not 10 fucking feet.
Exactly. Yeah. Her, by the way, in High Fidelity, it's Laura.
Lara. All right, this is very Kraken oriented right here.
Oh, yeah.
You pronounce it Kraken or Kraken?
Kraken.
Nah, I do too. I've
actually never heard Kraken. Like the Cthulhu thing I've heard, the two different variations, but I've never heard anything but Kraken.
I've heard Krakens.
Well, then whoever said that, stupid.
Okay. He's like, you're in my world now, bitch. Land.
Yeah, basically.
That crack of thunder, lightning in the background is a good touch. I'm reminded of fucking Underworld Evolution.
God, it's been so long since I've seen that one. I'm just waiting for Thor to show up and fucking Led Zeppelin to start playing.
Ragnarok the shit out of this.
Yeah.
Just imagining like the grunts we're not hearing.
Yeah, right.
Just sounds like guys lifting furniture really hard and trying not to shit their pants.
You want to talk about weird grunts? Have you ever watched women's tennis?
Yes.
It sounds like fucking porn.
It sounds like straight up porn. You're not wrong. But to be fair, I've also watched men tennis. It sounds like it doesn't sound like porn.
No.
It sounds there's always that like, what are you doing, dude?
It sounds like taking hard shits. That's the difference. Men sound like they're like constipated and trying to take a shit. Women sound like they're fucking.
All right, so what do these guys sound like?
I'm not gonna. I don't know.
It sounds like
see right here. Here's your Thor moment. Bang! Right there.
It sounds like people that are constipated having sex.
Okay.
Which is probably better as opposed to the alternative, which is having diarrhea and having sex.
What? I apologize to all our listeners who have sat through this to this point.
I looked over and Steph is like covering her ear. I don't know if she's like, I can't listen to this shit anymore.
That's what I would be saying. I have to listen to this shit.
But I'm not one of you. Do it.
What, Mom? You're alive?
Mommy? Oh my goodness, Mom. I had no idea that you're still alive.
Is that Cartman?
I didn't intend it to be. I just sort of made a stupid voice. It did sound a little bit like Cartman.
Yeah, right?
Scare you guys. I can't help. Oh, hey, man. Mama.
I make myself laugh. So stupid.
I hear this.
I'm just.
I don't understand.
All right, stop yourself. Focus.
It's funny.
Come back to Aquaman.
Deep thought. Deep thoughts. Worrisome face. There can be only one.
Oh, God, you're getting delirious. And it's not even 8 o'clock where you are.
I'm tired, motherfucker.
And you're going to go see us at 11 o'clock?
I mean, I also haven't had dinner. I'm like hungry and tired. I had like a couple things of leftover Taco Bell for breakfast and lunch.
Oh, Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Volko. If this was like a Mad Magazine spoof, his name would have been Velcro. I like that. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not going to kill my brother. I'm not going to, like, I'm still like ready. Like the best thing about this movie is that I really want to see a sequel just to see the characters develop more.
I agree. Like Wonder Woman, was it 84 is coming out soon? Is it this year or next year?
Dude, I have not seen a poster for it. I have no idea.
I've seen a poster, and it's literally a giant 84 with Wonder Woman written across it. That's all it was. It wasn't anything like fancy, but and like I'm okay with that because like Wonder Woman was good. I mean, we've talked about the problems with the third act, but as a whole, it's good.
Right.
And I am ready to see it, but I agree with you. I'm more interested in the sequel to this than I am second Wonder Woman.
I would have been more into Wonder Woman if they didn't go like 80s, I guess.
Well, I mean,
what
what's
I've
wrong with
heard
that?
about it sounds fucking weird.
Okay.
Because like, what's his fuck? Chris Pine comes back as Steve Trevor, and he's fucking dead.
Well,
he comes back with a fucking fanny pack.
Are we sure it's not like a dream sequence or like a delusion or something?
No, I don't. I'm not sure of anything at this point that Wonder Woman or that fucking DC throws out. I'm not sure of anything.
Well, I can tell you that it comes out on June 5th next year, so it's 2020.
Yeah, I'm looking it up myself, actually. I'm glad it's the same fucking director.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I don't think that, and from what I can see, Linda Carter's in this one, so that's exciting.
Robin Wright comes back.
Yeah.
So is Connie Nielsen. Pedro Pascal's in it.
We should probably
Jango Fett and what's her fuck are kissing.
I was going to say, we should probably touch on the fact that she finally comes back to him however many years later.
Good for you. You guys can get it.
Well, I don't know if he can get it. She can get it.
I like him enough. He can get it.
All right. Well, that's all you.
All right. So the movie's sort of, over. And that's a great shot right there.
That is a great shot. Yeah. That's probably CGI as shit, but that's all right.
Completely unnecessary. I just don't imagine him just be like, I'm going to just speed up towards the fucking shore surface, and then make a pose. Like, all right, actually, I take it back. This Aquaman would do that.
Yeah, he would. Should we sit through the credits?
Yeah,
and
let's
do
sit through the credits.
scenes?
Let's keep it. We can still bullshit and talk. If you guys want to skip ahead to the
Post-credit?
bonus scenes, you guys, we're gonna keep it running through, and we're gonna talk about it as it comes up. But if you guys want to skip ahead, that's your own prerogative. If you guys are still there at this point,
right. If anyone's still listening to this, please hang out a little bit longer. I did notice Jeff Johns is an executive producer on this.
Isn't he on all of them?
He might be. Is he like Stan was, where he was an executive producer on all of them?
I think so.
Okay.
That looks like from like the fucking Mummy.
No, that looked like from fucking Neverending Story.
Oh, you're right. That's a good pull.
Thank you.
I never liked that. I didn't like that movie.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
It was not I didn't grow up with it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's true.
Neverending Story, Labyrinth, or not fucking movies that were
I didn't like Labyrinth either, to be honest with you. And I only saw it a couple years back when David Bowie died. I watched it for the first time.
I mean, I saw him for the first time within the past, 5 years?
Yeah. Well, same for me. Yeah. What did you think of The Princess Bride, though? Because that falls in that same...
I like The Princess Bride, but I remember seeing The Princess Bride when I was a kid, so that's different.
I didn't, so I'm not a fan. So maybe that's to your point,
Yeah.
I didn't see it till I was almost 20.
That was another one, like The Dark Crystal. Didn't really fucking...
I've never seen that, and I've never seen Legend.
I've never seen Legend. It's not true. I've seen every Tim Curry part of Legend, which means I have no idea what the fuck the movie's about, except that he's a bad guy.
Well, that's the movie with Tom Cruise.
Right. I have not seen any of Tom Cruise in that movie. All I've seen is fucking Tim Curry as the devil thing.
All right.
Of course, like a James Wan film, and it just shows like this creepy gothic looking creature in the background.
Speaking of Devil, man, I've been playing Devil May Cry, the new one. Oh, so good.
I've been playing Marvel the Avengers. All right, here we go. Bonus scene. He should be dead.
He should be dead.
Fucking 100% dead.
Oh, that's that guy. I didn't put those two together last time.
Yeah, it's Randall Park. It's Kim Jong-un.
Oh, that's right. He's missing an eye.
Is he missing an eye, or is he just...
I'm guessing he's missing an eye.
He's furied out?
No, he's Thored out. Fury was his left eye.
Technically, he's Odin out, because Odin lost his eye way before any of them did.
Well, sure.
What the fuck?
No, I forget. Is there another one?
I don't remember.
I don't think there is. Honestly,
we're gonna fucking find out.
Okay, we'll sit through it.
Well, yeah, I liked it. I'd like to watch it again with fucking sound one of these days. I'll just rent it from work because I think Steph might want to watch it.
I think Steph would like it, actually. No, wait, I take that back. I take that back.
Oh, no shit. Lee Wano's in it. Lee Wano plays the pilot.
What pilot?
The one where they're flying over the fucking desert.
Oh, how about that? I saw it.
Makes sense. I remember he was Australian, so it makes sense.
Well, yeah. And these guys, there seems to be a group of guys that remind me of, and they're not as big in terms of, like, I mean, they've done these movies like Aquaman or whatever, but, like, they're not, like, they don't have the staying power, at least at this point. I'm not saying they can't get it, but they don't have it now of like that pack that we've talked about before with Lucas and Spielberg and Scorsese and who's the other one? You pointed him out before.
Lucas.
No, I said Lucas. It's
De Palma.
That's it, De Palma.
They are sort of this new generation. Like, I would say, I mean, I would definitely throw James Wan and Lee Wanell in the same category as like J.J. Abrams, Rian Johnson, Colin Trevorrow. Like, these are
Coogler, guys, I think.
Coogler guys that are just like raised watching all this shit. Spielberg, Scorsese, all that shit you talked about, and making their own movies. Because there are like, I mean, look, not to say Brett Ratner is an awful filmmaker, but there are like there are those Brett Ratners in the world who have made who get the stigma of being not a very good filmmaker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're from the same age group. Brett Ratner has made some great fucking movies. Like he does kind of go in that, oh, he made a shitty movie, and he's also kind of an awful fucking person.
Well, you can be an awful person and still make good things, or have made good things.
Oh yeah, Spielberg's getting a lot of trouble right now. Have you heard about Spielberg?
I know the thing he's doing with Netflix. Did he do something else?
No, like Me Too movement or anything like that. Nothing like that. It's just like he's talking shit about Netflix, and then he's going to sign up with Apple to make movies.
Oh, did he? I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, he's being totally hypocritical. It's really kind of unfortunate.
Right, but well, it's not hypocritical unless he expects those to be Oscar qualified or Oscar worthy. If he's only making them to make them and doesn't care if it has the potential or the ability to be nominated for Oscars, then he's not being hypocritical.
To be fair, I have not heard his quotes. I have no idea what his point is.
His beef was that the movies that are on Netflix aren't being held to the same standards as some of these other movies.
Right.
And they also have because of the nature in which they're made, they have a whole bunch more money behind them for marketing. So they're kind of like, I guess he didn't say this about, now I'm taking my opinion based on his words, but I think he's trying to imply that they're basically buying the Oscars because they can market the fuck out of it.
True.
You know, because there's never been any money tossed around for people to get Oscars, but that's beside the point, you know.
True.
Now here's an interesting thing. Look, real quick.
What?
Visual effects animation by Industrial Light and Magic, a Lucasfilm Limited company, which that's all good and fine, but then basically DC just paid Marvel.
Well, DC paid Disney,
who then dumps the money into Marvel. I mean, that's and other products too, of course. But I mean, like,
I see what you're saying, but like, that'd be the equivalent of saying, well, then Dogma is a Marvel film.
Well, now, well, why would Dogma be a Marvel film?
Because they did ILM at Lucas Ranch.
No, I'm not saying that it's a Marvel movie. I'm saying though that basically DC paid their competition. Let me give you another example. It has nothing to do with movies. Bear with me just a second, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go back to the PS3 and the Xbox 360 for a second, and then I'm going to move forward, and you'll get my point. So just bear with me. But you know the Xbox 360 doesn't play Blu-rays, right?
It doesn't?
It does not. It never has.
Oh.
The Xbox One does, but the 360 never did. Do you know why?
Oh, I do know this because Sony owns Blu-ray.
They own the copyright or the patent for Blu-ray. So when for every Xbox One that's sold, Sony makes like 5%.
So their stock rises. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So, well,
it's kind of the same thing.
I get it. I get what you're saying, and I agree. It is kind of funny how they're... Well, to be fair, I don't even think that, like... I mean, I do think they're... And on business level, Warner Brothers may be competing with Disney for, like, you know, DC and Marvel and shit like that.
Well, because
But they're not going to be stupid. They're not going to be like, well, you have the best visual effects provider.
no, of course not. It's more irony than anything. That's all I'm saying. It's just this irony that they're basically paying their competition to make their movie good.
Right. I think there's a whole lot of a lot of the DC versus Marvel is really the fan bullshit. It's really not.
Sure. But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, it said it right there, a division of Lucasfilm. So technically, Disney owns ILM now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So now here's the other thing I would ask you, and I'm asking this purely out of curiosity. Did they close? I mean, or does Lucas have any rights to Lucas? Because didn't he live on the ranch too?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was just he never lived there. It was just basically it was his office. He had an office there, but he never lived there.
Okay, I thought he lived there.
I think
too.
out in like Corte Madera. I think out here.
Okay.
I mean, literally, right, not right here, but like, he's like a 15-minute drive from me.
Okay, I thought he lived on the ranch. That's why I was curious. So,
nah.
Because I mean, think about it. What if he did? Just to speculate with me for a second. If he did, and then all of a sudden he's got to fucking give up his home because he sold his company. Like
he didn't. I think he still owns Skywalker Ranch.
Well, right, but that's where ILM operates. So what is Disney paying him rent?
They had another. I think they had another place.
Okay,
no, that's it.
That's it. No more scenes. But yeah, finish your point. I want to finish that, and we'll wrap it up.
I think they have another fucking location. So if let me see if I can look up Skywalker Ranch really quickly. Hang on.
So I want to say to everybody, we're going to talk for a few more minutes, but for everyone who's been listening and if you've been watching with us, the movie is over. So thank you for sitting through the movie with us. We hope you enjoyed our commentary. We didn't. I don't think we did it as much justice as we did Clerks. But to be fair, we're a little more versed in the material on Clerks, so we're able to do that. But I hope everyone still enjoyed listening to that. We're going to probably talk for a few more minutes if you want to listen, but the movie is over.
The movie's over, and we are going to fucking hear Mary Poppins talk some shit to Aquaman. So that's one of the reasons why you will not hear that, because we don't want to be sued by Warner Brothers, because clearly they have the fucking money.
Right? But you were going to look up that. Let's finish your point about the ranch before we sign off.
All right. So Skywalker Ranch, which has nothing to do with Aquaman, but sort of, but not really, is a movie ranch and workplace of film director, writer, and producer George Lucas. So it doesn't say previous. It implies still current. Is located in a secluded yet open area near Nicasio, California in Marin County. All right. So I was close. The ranch is located on Lucas Valley Road, named for an early 20th century landowner in the area, no relation to George Lucas.
Sure.
The ranch is, that's the truth. The ranch is not open to the public and keeps a low profile from the road. A gated road leads to the ranch. The principal operation of the facility is as a motion picture sound mixing and recording facility, as well as serving as the corporate offices of Lucasfilm.
Right. So if he's still using it at his office as well, then he's got to be, or if he still owns the property. See, I gotta think, man, that honestly, like Lucasfilm, the company owned that ranch, and as such, Disney now owns the ranch.
But there's ILM, and then there's Lucasfilm.
Right, but ILM is a division of Lucasfilm Limited. That, according to what we just saw in the credits, anyway.
Right.
So
so Skywalker Ranch is intended to be more of a filmmaker's retreat than the headquarters for Lucas's business operations.
Okay.
The headquarters of Lucasfilm, Industrial Light and Magic, and LucasArts are located in Lucas's Letterman Digital Arts Center in the Presidio of San Francisco. The George Lucas Educational Foundation is based on the ranch. Skywalker Sound remains based on the ranch, for which Lucasfilm pays a rental fee.
There you go.
To George Lucas, who remains the property's owner.
There you go. So Disney's basically...
Lucas, yeah.
So they paid him $4 billion for the company, and they're paying him rent.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Although Lucas retains his offices there, he does not personally reside at the ranch. Lucasfilm Games were located at the ranch during the early company years. I just want to see if there's anything else about it. But, oh, here we go. In media. Nope, nothing about it. All right,
That's
has
basically
nothing to do with Aquaman, but that's the end of this fucking commentary.
It's something we talked about during the credits, so I think it's still apropos. Thank you again, everybody, for listening with us. We hope that you've enjoyed. I hope you watched along with us. And, you know, we made a joke about at the beginning that we did put a poll on Twitter about doing more of these, and we did get an overwhelming yes. So thank you to the people who voted already. But listen, just because that poll's over doesn't mean we don't want more feedback. So
yes,
if
please
you want
pick
us to,
other movies.
If you want us to do more of these, let us know and tell us what movies you want to see. Even if it's not something Rico and I want to watch, fuck, we'll watch it, right, Rico? I mean,
Halloween. Pick Halloween to fuck with CJ.
Or not, but
no. Yes.
Or not.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.